Good morning, guys. Well, or probably evening for most of you. We're going to get started with Chapter 11. And yeah, this is the Chapter 11 video for the study guide. So what we're going to do first is find the volume for this rectangular prism. Remember that volume equals the area of your base, big B, times your height. So in this case, I'm going to just say that my base is right here. Alright, so big B would be equal to 3 times 4, which would be 12. And then remember, your height is the distance between your two bases. So I would take my height, which is 9, and multiply it by 12. And I would get 108 centimeters cubed, because it's volume. Alright, so there's that one. And this one, same thing for volumes. You still need to find the area of your base. Volume is going to be big B times your height. Well, big B in this case is going to be a triangle, so it'll be base times height divided by 2, which would be 8 times 15 divided by 2. Which 8 times 15 is 120. When you divide that by 2, you get 60. So we now know that our big base, oh, sorry, that's been hard to see, is 60, and now I need to multiply it by my height, the distance between the two bases. So 60 times 19, volume would equal 60 times 19, which would give me 1,140 inches cubed. Okay, so now we are moving on to a cylinder, and again, volume is your area of your base times your height. Our base in this case is a circle, so it's going to be pi r squared. Alright, so we're going to do my base. The area of my base is equal to 5 squared times pi, or 25 pi. 5, because the whole way across is 10, so I'd need to take half of that, right, for my radius, and get 5. Alright, and now I need to multiply it by my height. So 25 pi times 14 times 14 is going to give me 350 pi units cubed. Alright, well, for number 45, volume again is the area of your base times your height, but this time we need to divide it by 3. And our base, in this case, is another circle, so that's going to be pi times my radius squared. Okay, well, the only thing is, when finding the area of my base, I don't know my radius right here. But what I do see that I have is a right triangle. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Pythagorean Theorem. This is going to be 40, this is going to be 41, and this is going to be x. And solve for it that way. So 40 squared plus x squared equals 41 squared. Right, that's going to be 1600 plus x squared equals 1681. I'll subtract 1600 and subtract 1600, and I'll get x squared equals 81. I'll have to take the square root and take the square root, and x equals 9. Okay. So, now I know my radius. This is only my radius right here. I need to figure out the area of my base now. So big B is going to be 9 squared times pi, which would be 81 pi. Right, so big B equals 81 pi. My volume now is going to be the area of my base, so 81 pi, times my height, which is 40, and then divide by 3. 81 pi times 40 is going to be 3240 pi divided by 3. When you divide it by 3, you will get 1080 pi centimeters cubed. Alright, so let's move on to 46 now. So again, volume equals area of the base times your height. Because it's a pyramid, remember anything that comes to a point, you want to divide by 3, divided by 3. And my base this time is just a square. So for volume, I'm going to do 18 times 18 for the area of my base. I'm going to multiply it by 20, which is my height, and then I'll divide it by 3. So 18 times 18 is 324 times 20 divided by 3. All right, when I multiply those two together, I get 6,480 divided by 3, and I will get 2,160 centimeters cubed. Let's move along to the volume of a sphere that has the diameter equal to 24 centimeters. So we know that volume equals 4 times pi times your radius cubed, all divided by 3. All right, if my diameter is equal to 24, then my radius is equal to 12. So knowing that my radius is, oh wow, I need to double check my screen, sorry guys. Knowing that my radius is equal to 12, I'm going to plug that into the equation. Volume equals 4 pi times 12 cubed over 3. Well, I'm going to run out of room. So 4 pi 12 cubed is going to be 1729 all over 3. All right, well that's going to equal 6,916 pi over 3. I'll divide by 3. I'll get 2,304 pi centimeters cubed. Okay, and it says write down the ratios for the scale factors. Don't overthink that, guys. That's just going to be A to B, or A over B if you'd rather. Surface area ratio. Surface area is squared, so A squared to B squared, and volume ratio, well, volume is cubed, so it would be A cubed to B cubed. And then this right here says, if the surface area ratio for two similar solids is 1649, find the scale factor and the volume ratio. Well, surface area is 1649. I want to find just the scale factor. So I'm going to take the square root, and I'm going to get the scale factor as 4 to 7. All right, well, it wants me to, so I'll go ahead and write that over there, 4 to 7. All right, and then it wants me to find volume. So for volume, I take my original scale factor, 4 to 7, and I'm going to cube it. So 4 cubed to 7 cubed. And when I do that, when I actually cube it, I'll get 64 to 343. Okie doke. So let's look at number 50 then. If the height of a cone is 9 inches and the height of a similar cone is 12 inches, and the volume of cone A is 108, find the volume of cone B. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to find my scale factor. I'm going to take the 9 and the 12 of the height, and I need to reduce it, and I'll get 3 over 4. Okay, and then I know that I want to find the volume scale factor. The volume scale factor. So I'm going to take 3 over 4, and I'm going to cube it, and I'm going to get 27 over 64. All right, well, I'm trying to find, using proportions, the volume of cone B. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my proportion, 27 over 64, and I'm going to set it equal to 108 over x, that volume I'm trying to find. I'm going to cross multiply and get 27x equals 6,912. When I cross multiply, meaning I multiplied these two by each other. And then I'll divide by 27. And I'll get x equals 256. All right, 256 inches cubed is my answer. Okay, then it says find the area of a circle whose circumference is 48. Well, their circumference is equal to 2 pi r. Right, so what I'm going to do is I want to solve, because I want to find my area, I need to solve for my radius. So I'm going to take 48 and set it equal to 2 pi r. And it says leave pi in answer, so I'm going to start by doing this. I'm going to divide by 2 pi and divide by 2 pi. I'm going to actually use 3.14, so use 3.14 just to solve. And I'll end up with my radius equals 7.6. Well, these will cancel out, and I'll just be left with my radius. So 7.64. All right, and I want to find my area, so what I'm going to do is remember my formula for area. Pi times my radius squared. Well, I now know my radius, so I'm going to square 7.64. And I'll get approximately 58.37 pi centimeters squared. Okay. One more question. Find the circumference of a circle with a diameter equal to 14. Leave your answers in pi. So circumference equals pi times your diameter, or 2 pi r, right? So I already know my diameter in this case. My diameter equals 14. So that means my circumference, I'm going to just plug my diameter in. My circumference is going to be 14 pi. Wow. And that was probably really hard to see that. Okay, guys. That's it for this chapter. We will do chapter 12 next. Yay!